Shalom, shalom. Giving all praise and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS out here teaching and proving his word. Another shout out to the rest of you brothers out there studying and hustling for the word as well. This is your brother Ben Yumyan coming to you from the Chicago chapter with a quick and edifying lesson, Lord willing. And just hopping right into it, I want to talk a little bit about dealing with people outside of the truth. And more specifically dealing with just, you know, your parents, siblings, and wives for you brothers who have wives out there. Yeah, so quick scripture, we're gonna go into Colossians 3:20. Real quick and easy. 3:20. Children, obey your parents in all things, for this is well pleasing unto the Lord. It's really that simple. Um, this is a commandment from the Most High. Obey your parents. Love your parents. Listen to your parents. Alright? Doing this is pleasing to the Lord. So if listening and obeying your parents is pleasing to the Lord, what do you think disobeying them and disrespecting them is? Right? You should never dishonor your parents. You can have disagreements. You know, obviously sometimes you might argue, fight, this and that, but you always supposed to have a level of respect and honor for your parents. They're the ones who raised you, right? They're the ones who clothed you, fed you, put a roof over your head. Of course, it was all through the power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, but they're the ones who's been in charge of you and will help lead you to the point where you are, right? And simply just to reiterate, it simply says because it's pleasing to the Most High to obey your parents. It's really that simple. Well, and honor them. And so, simply put, respect, honor, and love your parents, man. It's really just that simple, right? And same thing with the brothers dealing with wives or whatnot. Just the first up, reading Colossians 3:19. Husbands, love your wives and be not bitter against them. All right, you're gonna go through enough bullshit with your girl, and that's just on any level of life. All right, they're gonna get on your nerve. You're gonna argue. You're gonna fight. They're gonna fuss. This, and that, whatever. They're gonna be a headache regardless. The worst thing you can do is be the one who's constantly on bullshit with your girl. Alright? You're the one who's constantly bothering her and bashing her and antagonizing this and that. You know, don't be that person because she already gonna give you a headache. Now, you giving yourself a harder time because you're the guy who's starting the bullshit with her. You're gonna be in the bullshit regardless because that's just in her DNA. She gonna fuss and fight. The Most High put her above us anyway right now as punishment towards us for not listening to him. So now this is what we have to deal with. And so don't be the person out there making the shit 10 times harder on yourself because this is what you do and you want to antagonize her and make shit rough on her because she's just going to spin around and make the shit worse on you. And then know who you dealing with too. Can't deal with all these different women out here, man. Understand and know the women that you deal with. Because, man, again, don't give yourself more of a headache than you already have to deal with, bro. Another quick scripture. This is for, like, your wives that's not even in the truth. Just because she's not in the truth don't mean you can even leave her, right? And I'll get that real quick. Give me 1 second. This is in... No, it's not over here. It's over here. First Corinthians 2 and 12. All right. Okay, this is 1 Corinthians 7 and 12. But to rest speak I, not the Lord Yahweh. If any brother hath a wife that believeth not, and she's pleased to dwell with him, let him not put her away. So just because you're not in the truth don't mean that you gotta break up with your lady. You know, if she's not in the truth, but she's pleased to still stay with you while you take this walk, you know, keep her, man. What are you doing? It says it right here, man. Stay with your wife. You know, he's actually going off leaving her because it leaves her out there to commit adultery and other sins of that nature. So you're not supposed to leave your wife. Now, if she does want to leave, then she's free to do so. But you're not the one to sit here and break up with her just because, you know, she's not a believer of the truth. And so I just wanted to see this real quick, a real quick lesson on just having love for your parents and obeying them, man. We all gonna go through it. We all gonna have our arguments. We're gonna fuss and fight and have disagreements. But with everything, do it with do everything decently and in order. You know, disagree with your parents, but have respect. Do it in a respectful manner when talking to them. You know, same thing with your wives. Same thing with your wives. Don't be overbearing on your wife. Don't be overbearing on your wives. Just to be overbearing. I know they get, like I said, they headaches. They get on your nerves and this and that, but just don't be out here being a complete asshole towards them. Um, and furthermore, if they're not in the truth, then which most women aren't, that don't mean just walk away from them. So if she want to leave, let her go. Or if she want to live with you, man, work it out. That's pretty much it. And so with that being said, I want to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS out here teaching and proving the word. And another shout out to the rest of you brothers out here studying and hustling for the word. Until next time, Shalom.